long, long time ago, there was an ancient world called Luce, which was created by God. In this world, there was a huge tree named the Tree of Gemut, because of the power of God, which was given rise to by the tree. The world had been kept so peaceful and so quiet for a long time. However, when God deserted the world, the tree of Gemut had become withered. Therefore, conflict spread all over the world. In the middle of conflicts, a girl felt regret in tears in front of the entirely withered tree of Gemut. Her tears were filled with plenty of love. Her full of pure love rose above the power of God, which made the tree of Gemut reborn. It also brought back peace to the whole world. A girl full of love was called Liebe. The tree of Gemut had never been withered as long as Liebe was given. People started to call her Arisis. She had been staying in a pretty bird cage placed in a beautiful castle, so that the world had been kept peaceful for generations. After so many years had passed, however, the girl called Arisis fell in love with a man. Liebe, how full of love, which was supposed to be given only to the tree of Gemut, had no longer been born from her, because she had given all of her love to the man. The tree of Gemut started to be withered. It made her feel a great deal of pain. The man took her out of the castle to the place where she could be free. The girl wished to go with him who loves her and escape from the birdcage of the castle. Once she got out of the castle to the outside world and received its light, she died. The man felt so much sorrow and then started to hate the light which had taken her life. Darkness was born because of his hatred. The power of his very deep hatred made darkness that had never existed in this land before. The darkness where no light could reach was called Noir, for a girl who will become an Arisis, and to set the girl free from the fate of Arisis.
けた。ようやく見つけた。迎えに来たわよ。君にふさわしい場所へ。あなたが満たされる場所へ。さあ行こう、アリシス。